output for tomorrow's session. So today I will be teaching everyone on how are we going to use Blue Sky Statistics. Now, among the 15 participants, this will be easy. Konti lang sa akin. So, baka dito sa 15, I can choose 5. Pero isa lang yung best. The other 4 will receive special certificates from me. Okay. Sige. So, can I have what we call this? Thumbs up if meron na tayong na-download na Blue Sky Statistics po. Naka-download na po ba lahat? Okay, I see one here. Naka-download na siya. Okay. Who else? Okay, I have here Sir Carlo also. We also have here Mr. Limauntang. Who else? While others are still downloading, allow me to share it to you. What is Blue Sky Statistics all about? Uh, Sir, allow me to share screen. Okay, so my PowerPoint. Okay, there you are. Okay. Mhm. Thank you, sir. Saan ba yun? Mm. Okay, there you are. Okay, so here is my PowerPoint. Okay, I only have 3 slides for everyone's ano po. Okay, allow me to. Okay, so I called it feeling high with blue sky statistics. So why feeling high? I would like to expect everyone that at the end of this session, you will be really, no, mafe-feel nyo very high in UC statistics. High, ibig sabihin po dito, I am referring to na mas easy siya na gagamitin na software compared to others. Now, when I see easy po, it is because this is free. Number two, it is very friendly. And number three, nowadays with the use of ChatGPT, we can now interpret easier the results of the output. So to download, pwede po natin i-download using this QR code. And if you want to have a copy of the slide, I would like to I would like you to encourage
Si Sigbion?
to screenshot or to take this QR
Ako sa
code
SFC
for
Boys.
us to have a copy of the lecture po. Okay, and maybe you can use this one later on if you want to submit your output tomorrow
Kinsa man
as
day?
part of our activity. Okay, sige. Are we ready? Handa na ba ang lahat? As of now, I have 16 participants.
Sigbion
Then
ang
sino po sa atin dito
pangalan
ang
tapos
naka-install na po again ng ating
yun na.
Blue Sky Statistics?
Wa man.
Don't worry po if it takes time for you to download. So maybe because the file is hindi naman malaki, it's just so happen lang compact siya. So i-consider lang natin no yung ating pag-download. Okay. So don't worry, dahan-dahanin ko po ang pag-instruct on how to use the Blue Sky Statistics. Okay? Sige.
Di na mo kabalo.
So I'll give everyone what we call this. I think 5 minutes for everyone to download the software and able to install. Ay madidefeat ang purpose naman natin if hindi kayo makakasabay sa akin ngayong afternoon. Sige, let us have the 5 minutes, Sir Carlo, for them to be familiar po with the software.
Yes, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, so again, no, I will choose the best output po for you to have it. We will have it tomorrow to decide to your best output. I'll give you the 24-hour activity later by 9 until tomorrow to submit your output. So do not feel pressure, no? Ang atin lang dito is to have fun. Easy and pretty, kumbaga. But if you want more, then you can
Ay,
join
wala
also
man.
our session number 2 and session number 3 for that matter.
Nawala man.
Okay, see, that's a very nice question, ma'am. Uh, Teacher Renyo. So, allow me to share screen again para makita natin how to install ba the Blue Sky Statistics. Okay. So, nakikita po ba ang aking screen? Nakikita po ba ang aking screen? Hello?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ah, okay. So, dito po, meron po tayo tinatawag na downloads. Dito po, i-click lang
Ako
natin
na
ito.
makita, madam. Basta kay sa Germany to
Then,
siya.
once you
Nakalimot
click
ko.
this one,
Si Sigbjorn Hervik, baka ito yung pangutana. Basta Germany to siya.
okay.
Nakalimot na ko.
Okay. Then once you have this one po, click here to download lang po. Nakikita nyo ba ito? Click here to download open source free. So it will load po dito sa kilid natin. Then
Nag-serve
you
na
wait
daw og
po
food.
until it will finish to download. Then you can have your Blue Sky statistics then. Okay?
Pwede, kuan.
Sige.
Mag-una sa, may na, kanang kay para pagbalik na to, tulihan si
So nakita po ba
report.
itong ating ano? Again, no, from here, yung website na share ko, you go to downloads, dito po sa downloads, this one. Then once you have the downloads, automatic po ito, magli-link po siya, magge-generate ng ating link for downloading our um, Blue Sky Statistics software. Ito po, click here to download. Okay, click mo lang yan, then automatic po magbibigay siya ng link. Okay, and of course, I also have here sa ating chat box. I will send it again for those who come in yung bago lang nakapasok. I have here the data which is HSB2. Okay, para uniform po lahat ang ating data na gagamitin so that everyone can perform sabay po sa akin. Okay, so 2 minutes more and I hope everyone will be ready na by
Naman siguro
6:30.
si kuan. Si Janar. Okay. Si John, ang kasama din.
Okay. So once you downloaded it, ito po ang magiging um, mukha ng what do you call this? Ng ating uh, software po. This is Blue Sky Statistics. You might be wondering na ano bang meron? Why do I have to promote Blue Sky over other softwares? Why not promote Jamove or the JASP? Or why not promote SPSS, which is also friendlier? SPSS actually is not for free. SPSS costs around 76,000 for one license software. So if you have an SPSS with you and you didn't pay, so parang nagiging violation siya ng research ethics. You are making or using a crack version para iba yan. Huwag natin yan i-promote. Why not use a simpler or much friendlier like the Blue Sky Statistics? So again, I have here this time 26 participants. Meron na ba tayong lahat anong tawag dito? Blue Sky Statistics software. May I see your thumbs up po or
Ay,
approve sign if na-install
siyempre,
na ba ng
na
lahat?
may intern moderator, pwede na ko i-chat lang sa ang kaunsa ka. Kung if ever na ay kuan sa
Okay, I
moderator,
only have
sige
one. What happened?
chat sa
How
nako.
about the others? I have two. I have
Ay, hindi
three.
ko ka-chat niya.
Okay,
Ariel,
sige. So,
ganang.
while
Ah,
others
may
are
to si, ay ara,
still
ay naman po dito si,
downloading,
si
loading
Eugene.
pa, sir. This was part of to
Napo
hear
dito
the
si Eugene
software, sir.
Dula.
Ay,
Siya akong
thank you for that, Sir
pastor.
Kano. I'm still downloading po. Okay. Bago po ako naka-insert. Okay, welcome po, Sir Michael. Kini ang mugawas, sir. So, mugawas man, ma'am. Still downloading po si Ma'am Jerica. Okay. I cannot submit po for download. I cannot submit. Still downloading pa po, sir. Okay. Sige lang po. If it's still downloading, this session is has been recorded man ito, no? Tama, yeah. It's recording. So, if you want to go back, you can have the copy of the what do you call this? Copy of our session for today. Okay? Sige. So, let us start by first, of course, introducing you. Anong meron dito sa Blue Sky? Bakit ito tinawag na Blue Sky? Hindi na lang white sky or red sky. It is because R is a very famous software. However, hindi lahat sa R nakaka-relate, especially na hindi lahat may skill or merong background on coding. Dito kasi sa ating tinatawag na, ano ko tawag dito, with our software na ginamit, example here, when you load your data set po, pwede po kasi kayong mag-load from the R package. So for example, I want to choose the package R about APL pack. Then you can have the data set here na ginamit po sa APL pack. Or for any data that you like, you can actually have it here. So there are plenty of data sets for us to explore, no? So if you are really a true-blooded statistician or a practitioner of statistics, or a one that loves to enjoy the
Kaya
work
daw,
in statistics but have a hard time in R, then this will be a very better venue or a very
summer.
nice application to
Hindi ko
use.
kadungog.
This is Blue Sky, by the way. So for this matter, let us have the data set that I shared to you, which is the HSB2. So you can open HSB2, then click open, and then of course, meron pong lalabas dyan na CSV options. Once you have the CSV options, of course, our data set is in CSV file, comma separated data. You have to click on here, first row, because nasa taas po ang ating label. No? So ito yung isa ka feature ng Blue Sky in which from Excel, you can copy agad dito sa ating file. Then of course, you have the commas, separated siya. And of course, it will identify special character like period or comma or the decimal point. So we will have here okay. Then automatically po, it will load
Sir
our
Michael,
data set.
Sir
So,
Mike,
diba?
okay ba
Then if
siya?
you want to run this one
Si
in R,
Sir
these are
Eugene.
the code dito
Siya
po
sa
sa
kung
ating open
kaunsa ka.
data set. Okay.
Ah,
Sige. So, my case now won't permit that. Let me check po sa ating group chat. Okay, now, if you really find it necessary po na to have a question po or you want to voice it out, pwede po nyo you can say lang po or interrupt me na, sir, this is para makaano tayo ha, step by step,
Ma'am
kumbaga.
Ange, mga
I
mo?
want po at the end of this session, everyone
Ah,
will get ano po, a very nice experience of Blue Sky. Sir, I have a dilemma here. I am in a very remote area po. I'm just using a piece
Yoy,
of Wi-Fi here.
mga usab
As much
ka.
as you want to download, participate po. My
Kay
case
labon
now
mo
won't
na
work.
panahon
Rest
ha.
assured to listen carefully. Okay,
Kay
thank you for
ibalik
that,
ko
Sir
dayon.
Kano. Okay, you will be on site. Sige. Thank you. See you on, ano, sir. Okay, on June 30. No worries, sir. Once po you downloaded Blue Sky and installed it, hindi na po siya kailangan ng internet to run. Okay, so the challenging part lang here is the downloading part. Okay, once you have it, then once you installed it, when you run it po, hindi na po kailangan pong i-paran internet po to run or perform Blue Sky Statistics. Okay, so let us proceed. Now, dito sa baba ng ating data, you will see variables po. Kindly click on that. Okay,
Ha?
dito sa baba
Di,
po, kindly click on the
ta? Ay, sige.
kindly click po on the variable part. Okay? So nakikita po natin yung ating
Ay, ano,
variable
sige.
part.
Ay,
Okay.
masa ta. Ta. Ay, sa ako i-short
Okay.
sa
So
Zoom.
with the
Ang iyang
variable
giingon.
part, we will have here all class under
Yun siya, sige po,
numeric
ma'am.
because the label siya
Ningon ako,
as
mabalik ka.
numeric yung
Sige,
0
sige.
and 1. Dito po, we will change. Just click right click po. May lalabas po dyan. Then click make factor. Ibig sabihin dito, we will have the factor levels. So, make female as factor. The race, i-make factor din natin because race has four levels or four factors. Then you have the cis, or we have here the economic background. So we will make it a factor also. And of course, the school type, the public and private. One for public, two for private. Okay, you will make it factor also. Next is the program. So what is type of program did they enroll? Either STEM, or they enroll UMS, or they enroll the other one. Ano yun? Yung accountancy, ABM program. So again, the female, race, the SES, the school type, and the program should be considered as a factor class. Okay, sige. So before I proceed po, allow me to review basic concepts in statistics. Para naman po hindi tayo mabigla pag sinabi ko na let us test the hypothesis. Baka mabibigla ang lahat. Wag naman. Okay, so do you want to review pa ba? Or parang ayaw nyo na? Hello? Am I still naririnig pa ba ako?
Yes
Yes,
po.
Hello?
sir.
Okay, sige. Respond na po mo ha. Okay, so ay, hindi ko pala na-share, sorry. Allow me to share again. This is a website from UCLA. This website po, matagal na ito na website. I am a very, fan of this website po. According to this website, this is how to choose the correct statistical test. So if you have one dependent variable and you have the independent variable, and ano po yung nature ng ating dependent variable, interval ba siya or normal, then you will use one sample t-test. Okay? So ganyan lang po ka-easy. If you have one independent variable with two levels, katulad ng sinabi ko earlier, you will have two independent sample t-tests. Lahat po, shall I say no, I'm a BS and MS Stat graduate. If all of these tests po dito na nabanggit ko po dito, one sample t-test, Wilcoxon-Man Whitney test, and others, ito po ang nakapaloob sa 4-year course ko in statistics. If you will able to get familiar with all of these tests, then I tell you po, you will finish statistics with flying colors. Okay? So, up to the highest po ito sa, hindi naman highest. This is the type of test that involves interval and normal, wherein you have two dependent variables, the canonical correlation. Okay? Sir, can we also ask the recorded video of this? Yes, you may have po. So, based on this, do you like to have this, ano po, this website that tells you what type of test you're going to use? Parang, this is your Bible, kumbaga, parang guide mo in doing your analysis. So, I will be sharing this to you. I am not selfish. I will share this to our group chat for that session para po lahat po may guide. You can have it po sa ano po natin. Okay, just click our chat box, nandiyan na po. ang ating link of this website. Now, meron po dito, for example, how to use it in R. For example, apat lang kasi dito yung ginagamit ng UCLA. UCLA has been using SAS. This is for use for banking mostly, yung data nila on finance. And we have this data. This is very common in time series analysis. And of course, the SPSS that is used for social studies mostly. They're very friendly for non-practitioners and for those who are not non-majoring in statistics. And of course, we have the hardcore R. So these three po, SAS, Theta, and SPSS, are not for free. So this time, they include R so that everyone will have the opportunity and the chance to solve and compute. However, if we will open R, I will click R ha. I hope everyone is still following. If you will open R, ito pong lalabas. Mga code po siya. Ito, katulad nito. That is how you perform t-test in R. You will also have to do Wilcoxon sign rank test using this test. So there are plenty of codes for you to get familiar with. Yan po yung medyo challenging or exciting when you use in R. But alam mo ba na lahat ng ito ay very easy na lang to perform. Okay? Especially po if we are not an expert in statistics, like for example, yung ginagamit lang natin is yung background lang natin during our klase sa stat. So I will like to share to you another link for you to be familiar with. So I have here a non-parametric approach, a step-by-step approach in doing analysis. So this is a book po, okay? This is a step-by-step approach for non-statistician. So if you are not a statistician and you are not confident enough, then I would like to share this to you to have a copy po, or actually you can download this one for free. So wala po problema, wala pong copyright issues or others. You can print this one for production or for any use. Bakit ko to gi-introduce? Because when we do analysis in statistics, we have what we call non-parametric and the parametric procedure. Ano bang meron sa parametric and non-parametric procedure? Dito mo kasi malalaman whether our data set makes sense or not. Okay? Because we are using the word, we are using the scales. We have the type of scales for our data set. Ito po ang gusto ko pong i-emphasize because this is one of the abuses na ginagamit po ng statistics. If we want to compare two related samples, ibig sabihin related siya, like past, before and after, they are related, pre-test and post-test, those are related. We will use for non-parametric procedure, the equivalent for that is Wilcoxon sign rank test. If parametric equivalent naman, you will use the t-test for dependent samples. So lahat po ito po nakapaloob na po sa librong ito. So ito po yung parang guide mo to perform all of these analysis for this purpose. Okay? So I hope po hindi po tayo basta-basta lang po nag-analyze because I always believe garbage in, garbage out din ang lalabas. So kung garbage na data ang pinasok mo, then you will expect garbage output also. Okay? Another thing that I would like for you to get familiar with tonight is the different type of variables. Palagi ako naririnig no ng mga students na, Sir, there are only two types of variables, dichotomous and ano daw. I'm not confident with that, no? I would like to share to you a three-page type of variables. So, there are plenty of variables. You have the binary, categorical, confounding, continuous, control, criterion, and so on and so forth. Marami po dito. I compiled them all for us to get familiar with this type of variables. Are you interested or like to have a copy of this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, para wala okay, yes pala. Akala ko wala nag-respond pero ayaw nila. Okay, so this type of variables po will give us the idea, ano pala itong meron sa data ko? Endogenous kaya ito? Interval kaya ito? Or latent variable ba ito? We need to get familiar with that because at the end of the day po, if uh, we are not familiar with our variable, then rest assured, expect po that your output will be most likely a garbage po. Sayang ang ating research if these variables were not clearly or hindi familiar sa atin. Okay? And one more thing before we proceed, ito po yung pinaka-allergic ko sa lahat. I hope you agree with me with this, no? Ito po ang tinatawag natin na Likert scale responses. Meron kasi ako nakita na research, sorry to say ha, because according niya doon, yung ano niya, very good, good, not so good, yun yung ginagamit niya na Likert. According to Wade Vagyas, I have here a citation, no? This is a Likert type scale. Ito po dapat ang gawin nating type of scaling. For example, if you want to do level of acceptability, you have number 1 for totally unacceptable, up to 7 as perfectly acceptable. Dili ta pwede hindi tayo basta-basta lang gumagamit ng mga basta lang na mga ang tawag dito, Likert type po ha. We should follow the proper and the correct way of dealing with Likert scale. Now, sir, 7 lagi na. Ang ako laging practice, sir, kay 5 lang. Yes, we also have 5. Do not worry. For example, priority. So you have not a priority, low priority, medium priority, high priority, and of course, the essential. Ito po, this is very common po no in education research. Yung concern, not at all, slightly, somehow, moderately extreme. Okay? So ganyan po dapat. That if you have the level of participation, no and not considered, no but considered, and of course, yes. There are plenty, no? As I say po, I am very happy and eager to share this to you because one of the loopholes or the errors that I observe in most researches is they have their own version of Likert scale. Okay, mao daw ilang naandan, mao daw ni ilang na experience before, but I tell you now, no, please remove that in your system and consider this proper way of doing the Likert. Sir, ito na ba yun ang ating ano, sir? Ito, for example, strongly agree, disagree. I also remember, no, meron pang nag-number 3. Ang sabi niya dito kay neutral. Pwede man ang neutral, it makes sense. But the proper term should be neither agree or disagree. Napag ito yung nag-answer, napag ito yung like still before na ako na-remember, no, nga. Nabutang siya dito nga, somewhat agree, somewhat disagree. Wala nang somewhat. Okay, yung somewhat dito mo ilagay sa awareness. Like, not at all aware, slightly aware, somewhat aware, moderately aware, and of course, extremely aware. Now, sir, ano pa bang iba? Okay, dito po, meron po ko ipakita. Level of satisfaction should be in a 7 point or a 5 point. Hindi pa pwede 3, sir. No, let us follow what is appropriate. Okay? Then there are plenty, this is a 5-page Likert scale po. Ito po, yung mga kailangan po nating i-remember. For doing frequencies, you have this option. If you are like to have it in importance, then you have this option. For quality, you have this. For likelihood, you have this option po. Okay? Are you familiar with this? You have the dichotomous scales, the 3-point scales, and of course, the 4-point scales po. Do you want to have a copy of this? Ay,
Yes
wala
po.
na po nag-respond.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
na nag Okay. So I hope I am making sense here ha. I am introducing po sa inyo lahat. Uh, I am introducing, and thank you for that sarcasm. I am introducing here to you these materials for you to get read, no? This is the purpose of this event, this conference. Yung mga practices natin na
gumagamit ng mga hindi tama, let us correct it here. This is the high time for us to get rid of SPSS, crack version, no more. No more crack version, no more wrong scaling and others. And of course, let us be familiar on the type of variables that we are been using. Ha? Kay once po na we are confident with our ano po, variables, then I tell you, we will have a very confident, sound results po later on. Napakoy isa day gusto i-remember, please get rid of what we say, yung Sloven's formula. My goodness. Huwag na po tayo gumamit ng Sloven's formula. Sloven's formula is not yung gumawa yan, hindi statistician. I want you to introduce in this website, the sample size computation or the sample size calculator po. This website is very useful po. Do not get rid of your system na about Sloven's formula, no? So, parang hindi naman sila sabi na wrong ang Slovens, no? Pero hindi kasi siya appropriate for all type of researchers. Sorry, hindi ko pala na-share pala. This is the sample size calculator website po. I would like to copy it again and share it to you here. Okay. Here. Okay, that's the website po. The sample size calculator. So, for example po, ito po dapat ang i-consider natin. The confidence level, the margin of error. Bakit margin of error meron? I will tell you later on, no, bakit kailangan ng error term. Of course, okay, and of course, yung population proportion is very important. Dahil hindi po natin alam yung atin pong population all about. For example po, ang error natin is 3%. So sa 3% po, we will allow po error. Bakit po? Minsan kasi when you're doing research, meron pong iba dyan na hindi seryoso. For example, tanungin lugar natin yung sa estudyante, okay, kindly answer this survey tapos hindi niya inaayos. Parang he is joking lang, no? So those type of responses, we call that was non-response bias. Dito po papasok sa error. Okay? Na dili gyud ko mosugot ana Sir Kano no kanang Sloven's formula. Ayaw gyud undangin na ninyong abisyo. Nakakasamayan sa ating kalusugan po ang Sloven's formula. Ganyan na lang po ang term po. So please use this sample size calculator. So for example, I have here a margin of error of 3. Then I am 50% proportion lang if you are not sure, like 50% male, 50% female. Then if you don't know the population sa example sa barangay, hindi mo alam, then you just have to do calculation, then automatic po, it will give you the result. O, di ba? This means that 1,068 or more measures are needed to have a confidence level of 95%, that the real value is within plus and minus 3% of the measured survey value. Why I am sharing this to you? If you can recall po sa TV, if yung during the election na lang para makarelate lahat. During the election, meron tayong lumabas na mga survey, right? Yung SWS survey, ano pa bang ibang survey dyan? Yung from the Institute of Population na survey. Ilang samples ba ang gitake lang nila? Any opinion? If you can recall, ilang samples ba yung gi-consider during the conduct of those surveys? Yung mga public survey, public opinion. Can you recall po ba ilang samples lang yon? Actually, they are only getting 1,200 samples. Okay? Bakit 1,200? Dahil dito po, ito po ang basis nila. 1,068 lang, ginawa nilang 1,200. And take note, tanong ko sa inyo ngayon, is 1,200 enough to represent the 79 million Filipino voters? Sige daw, kindly type yes if you agree na enough na ang 1,200 respondents to represent the 79 million voting Filipinos. Kindly say yes po or can you have a thumbs, ano? Ano tawag yun? Approve sign. Kindly type yes or no po if para sa inyo enough na ang 1,200. Anyone? Enough ba ang 1,200 as per experience? Out of the 79 million, enough na ba ang 1,200 kaya? Yes ang tubag? Yes, sir. Kaya imo magi-compute, sir, sa imuhang kuan. Sample size calculator. Actually, the answer is a very resounding yes. Okay, let me give you a scenario, okay? Ganito po ang scenario. Kung magluluto ka ng bigas, okay? So, sige, magluto si sir ng rice sa rice cooker. Okay? Sige. Kung magluto ka og rice, tapos gusto ka i-check sa rice cooker nga luto na siya, pila ka buok or unsay sampling nga buhaton nimo? Di ba ang buhaton nimo kay mag-pick lang ka sa ibabaw, then imong tilawan nga, luto na siya. Right? Unsa day imong example sa sampling sa magkuha kag rice kung luto na? Half of the kaldero ba? Isa ka kutsara? Or isa ka plato from ingon ka nga ay luto na siya. Di ba you only take a very small sample. Take a small sample, a pinch. That is how powerful the sampling is. And that is the beauty of statistics. Basin di sa kilid sir kahilaw, that's the beauty of the error na i-purpose mo ng hilaw siya mo ng error. Okay? So do not worry kung nahilaw. Kaya na error in every statistical procedure. Okay? Another example. Sige, kani yun. Wala na yun ni error ha. Ang next, kay for example, not feeling well ka. Agay, I'm not feeling well, sir. I want to go to the doctor to have it checked. So kung magkuha ta og blood samples, pila ka galon na blood samples ang kailangan to determine how are you or okay ka ba? 1 gallon ba? 1 liter? 1 glass? Very small ra gyapon. 2 ml ba? I think very very small ra gyud. CC ra gyud siya. 'Di ba? Usa ka kutsara ba? Take note ha. That is sampling. Ganyan po ang power ng sampling, right? So ganyan ka kunti and that will tell you okay ka lang. So nakita ninyo the importance of sampling. There's no need to take a very large samples for you to take or to say something about the population. Klaro ba akong pag-illustrate sa sampling? Nakarelate ba mo sa rice cooker o sa dugo? Sakto
Yes, sir.
ba? Na-feel nyo nga, sama yun sir, no? Nga, even small lang siya, but that small sample can say about everything. Okay? Yes, that will make about something about the sample. So do not think nga, mag-sample ko sir og mga 5,000 para sure yun akong result. That is a very wrong concept. You are wasting three. You are wasting cost, time, and of course the effort. The smaller, the better. That's how powerful statistics is. Okay? Kay kung gamay ra imong sample, then of course, check if pila ang error term ana. By the way, napoy mag-ingon nga, sir, okay ra day mag-error, sir? Di ba, sir, ang error kay mag-allergy man ta ana, sir? Kaya dili man maayo na error, right? Kamu ganahan ba mo nga error day inyong paper? That is error. Ganun na may error. If we will have 1 plus 1 equals to 2, that is mathematics. So nilagyan natin ng element ng error because of the idea that there is always a possibility of taking samples because of what we call random. Random kasi siya. Walang bias. So kung random siya, walang bias, then you will expect a possibility of error. So I have another question here. Sure, what shall we do with our colleagues who are kung mo insist gyud siya no nga mogamit siya og Slovens, ako I usually hug him. I-hug na ko ang tao, then I will tell him nga naa nay bag-o ron. Ana lang, ayaw mo kasuko nila, pasagdi sila. Okay? So let them be, basta kay you are telling them that you are really doing what is right. Okay, now, Going back to error. Now, you might be asking, ngano day na error? I like to give you an example, no? Kanang nananaw kag TV karon, o sabay nice karon, GMA for example, Voltes 5 for example. When you're watching GMA, pag watch nimo sa TV, number one TV station daw ang GMA. Number one TV program daw ang Voltes 5 karon. Pagbali nimo sa laing channel, number one na pud ang tanggol. O sino ang tanggol gani? Kasi ang probinsya, dili human naman ang probinsyano. O sa ni Batang Quiapo, number one pud siya ron. Na pwede di ay puro number one sila tanan. Wala na lang magpa number two because they have different samples. So they take a sample dito sa Quezon City, ang isa nagkuha din sa Cagayan de Oro, ang uban nagkuha din dapit sa Coronadal City, maybe because they are not having the same population response. So dili gyud siya ma-equal. And why there is an error? Sige, let me give you another example. Asa ka kita og ads nga niingon og 100%. Let us say for example sabon. I'm not promoting safeguard here ha. Pero bisa pag unsa nga sabon, bahala pag unsa dili lang safeguard, it only kills 99%. Karon dili man 100%. Any idea? Ano dili 100%? O sige, dili lang sabon. Let us try. Head and Shoulders, for example, nag-shampoo ka. Nga ang giingon dito kay kills 99 or remove 99% of dandruff. Ngano dili tanan dandruff ang tangtangon? Nganong 99 ra? Any idea? Kay error man gud sir. Wow. So therefore ang atong gipampalit nga mga rice or atong gipang ang kay ang atong gipanggamit nga sabon kay nay error. No, no. Perfect man ang sabon nga safeguard. Safeguard is a very ideal. I'm not promoting safeguard din because of random, ha? Pagpalit ni mong sabon random ba? Equal man tanan sabon, the same man as factory. Unless kapalit ka somewhere nga sabon kana na gyud na error. Pero kung magpalit ka sa mall, the same man na sila factory, the same packaging. So there's no error in the product. Pero magtira lang daw tayo sa ating sarili. Ha? Magbilin tag gamay kaspa sa tong buko? Magbilin tag gamay bacteria sa tuang lawa? O napay isa, ah, Colgate ba na? Kanang kills 99% of germs. Unsa lugar na pag toothbrush nimo? So, nganong tanan dili man perfect na 100% due to sampling? Dili ikaw may naggamit sa sabon, ma'am. Ikaw man ang sample, for example. So, do you think na ay error sa paggamit nimo sa sabon? Na ay error ang sabon kaha? Any idea daw? Sige da, I love to hear. Sorry kaya ingani ko mag-explain. I hope ma-feel na ninyo ang ako ang frustrations kumbaga nganong I want to teach no the correct way in doing statistics kumbaga. Reminder of the bacteria left after using the sabon. Oh, so magkuan lugar ka kana mag nakatawa ko sa reminder kanang kuan kanang mag ano lugar kanang mag-remind niya, oy, next time we are
Reminder,
not
sir, reminder.
perfect. A reminder, oo. We are not perfect. Wow. So kita pa karon ang dili perfect. I take note ta sabon atong gipalit. Basta ako sir, mas totoo ko sa BS Stat, graduate ka sa tulo ka doctor nga related sa naagid mga karaan. Yes sir, oo. Ato ginasilang panon sir. Naagid mabilin nga bullying. Ang grabe pod na. O dili lugar manabon og tarong lain man. Dili gud ihurot tanan sir kay aron naa pa tay itutbrush sunod. Lain na pud na, marag hugaw na pud na nga binuhatan no nga binlantan ni kay di magid perfect. Actually po, the reason behind the 99%, it is because of the user. The product will not claim 100%. For example, ako taga Safeguard, dili ko mo claim og 100%. Kay on the spot, paggamit sa sabon, hindi niya maayos po ang pagkagamit ng sabon. May iba sa atin na hindi po marunong magsabon ng kabuuan ng kanyang katawan. Hindi siya, wa siya ng lugod o kanyana ba. So meaning the product is perfect. Safeguard, Colgate, kana mga unsa pa din mga 99% lang, they are perfect. Pero the way the people use affects the validity of their claim. So, meaning, it's the usage fault actually. So, nakita na ninyo karon nganong dili siya perfect. However, naay isa nga dili gyud pwede nga i-blame. For example, ang tambal. Like, let us say, again, I'm not promoting any tambal. For example, bioflu. Bioflu, dili gid siya pwede mo claim o 99. Ang ilang error ana is very small, 0.0001%. Why? Because dili pwede nga naay error sa tambal kay makadaot din na sa tawo. So they should have a very minimal error pa rin. There is still an element of error pero they should avoid a very large error. Okay? So aside from those error, did you have an experience of looking for a what do you call this? Looking for a ads or a promotion lang nga nag-claim yun siya nga there is 100%, like dili siya 99.9 lang. Any experience? Na ba mo nakita nga patalastas or ads karon nga gi-show sa TV nga dili gid siya 99 kanang 100% gid siya? Na ba mo nakita? Karon mingon na din sila no kay lagi error dapat sir. Oo, for example, kada bitaw mingon sila 9 out of 10 moms prefer or 8 out of 10 moms prefer Ariel over Tide. Naabay 100%? Ah, wala na daw ingon ni Ma'am Mary Ann. How about the others? Na ba mo'y nakita nga 100%? Naa ba? Na ba mo'y nakita? Wala. Actually, I will share you one. Ah, dili one, duwa sila. This is Chris Aquino. 100% pure chunky goodness. Chunky goodness. O, di ba? Naaoy, dili mo mingo wala. Anara o, 100% pure chunky goodness. Katong giingon ni Chris Aquino, asa mang ads ani? Images. Okay. Pure chunky goodness. That's 100%. Wala mi kita ana sir lugi bag-o ra mo nag-advertise or na ako'y isa pa i-share 100% pure panatag mom lactum kana niingon gid siya 100% nourishment. So di ka mingon nga hala wala ba error ang kuan lugar sir ang gatas. Siyempre naman no lisod man pug miingon ka nga 99% milk usa lang ang 1% nga gisagol. Mga balas, hangin, dili pwede mag-claim nga 99 lang. So 100% yun panatag, ma'am. Ibig sabihin, panatag si Judian nga iyang anak ginainom is magbigay og 100% nourishment. So ayaw mong ingon nga wala kay naaman. Dili lang gid mo galantaw kay basta mag-ads naman good magkuan na gani magpatalastas mamali mo mong laing channel. This time I'd like to encourage you no nga to watch yun properly the ads no kung nabagyoy ads nga gi-claim na oh 100% panatag world. Oh, naman lagi bi 100%. Love niya sa kuha sa 100 ala na dili na ko ana, di ko ka-relate ana ma'am Mr. Jeremy. Inyo ra gyud na may pasana all na 100%. Okay? So I hope I give you a short background on how to do sampling, how to do what are the type of variables and the others because this time we have to do the blue sky statistics. With a very small or negligible error, they will claim it's 100% pure or yes, pwede po din yan na explanation po, Sir Kat. Okay? So, I hope doon na-install na gid karon sa uban. Murag kuan pinita ka ma-friends. So, of course, we will see it on sa Butuan, sir. You can even invite me in your school. So, I'm very eager to travel to Surigao. I miss Surigao. Okay. As Surigao ka man, sir, no? SPUS? Tama. St. Paul University of Surigao. Tama ba yan, sir? Yes, yes. Okay, so see you on June 3. Ay, hindi mag-see you, mag-blue sky pa man ta, sir. Okay, let us proceed. Blue sky statistics. Let us now start in doing analysis in blue sky. So allow me to share screen, no? The blue sky statistics na software natin. So, ready na ba ang lahat? Okay, sige. So, this is the blue sky statistics. Okay, so we will now have here our data set. Of course, dapat naka-factor na siya. And of course, naka-numeric na din siya. Okay, so our data set is this one. So because, of course, our data here in still storing, pero okay lang, I'll follow. Okay, thank you, Ma'am GLP, Teacher GLP. Okay, first, I want to teach for everyone to use the software is to do non-parametric tests. Okay? Ang atong non-parametric test, naatay tulo ka version. We have the Anderson-Darling, the Kolmogorov-Smirnov, and the Shapiro-Wilk normality test. Anderson-Darling is very sensitive. Ang gusto niyang i-test is only numerical. Kolmogorov-Smirnov, however, gusto niya very large. Pero kung gamay lang atong data, like 100 lang or 150 lang, we can have the Shapiro-Wilk. And take note, first thing to do in any test is to perform normality. Okay, once you have the normality test, you can decide po whether to use parametric or non-parametric test. Kung ang imong data dili normal, na di mga normal sir. Kung imong data dili normal, like dili siya nag-follow normally distributed data, then you have to use the non-parametric test. Okay? Pero kung imong data kay normally distributed, paano kailangan man normally distributed, sir? Because once your data is normal, it follows the distribution and you can conclude your result based on the population. Kay meaning, ni-follow na siya sa normality of your population, parang pwede nimo siya magamit conclusion about the population. Pero kung dili normal, well, you can say nga, that is based on the output lang or that is based only on the assumption of the data kay dili siya normal lang. Okay? So again, we will have to test whether the data is normal or not. Okay? Are we following? Okay po ba? Klaro ba ating instruction? Naagi schools nga wala ga normality test. Ay, dili pwede, Sir Kano. Allergy taan ang dili mo follow sa statistical procedure. Dapat, mo gina atong first step. Mura bitag, kung kuan pa, wala ka nag first, dili ka sa step 2, kung ni agi kag stairs, taas ka gilakang. Murag dili pwede, no? Mag-normality test ka. Sige, let us try normality test. Ako i-click ha, normality test. Okay, now, I will give you now the idea of our activity. I will not include math and science in all of my activities because my activity for you to work on is to perform everything I did using math and science data. Okay? So, kamo ni bala, math and science data. Ang akong gamiton is read, write, and the social studies course. So, kamo ni bala sa math and science. Okay? Sige. So, for example, I want to check read, write, and social studies. Kana lang tatlo. Then, we will check the normality. Okay? Sige. So, kung pag-check sa normality, first things first, na ang tulo ka variables, automatic lang na ay play button din sa ibabaw. O, nakita ba niyo ang play button? You click the play button, then in a blink of an eye, naanay result. My goodness, sir, kapaspas ba? Okay? The result po, by the way, kani siya nga result na naa din sa right side. This is for publication ready na. Mao na ni siya i-copy paste lang nimo right click, copy, then ibutang sa Word. Mao na ni siya ang pang chapter 4. Naka-plaster na siya as a data ready nga ibutang sa imong chapter 4. Dili pareho sa SPSS ug ubang mga software. Sorry to discredit SPSS. Is daghan pa kay siya alingasa nga mga variables, daghan pa siya alingasa nga mga output. So dapat ready na. By the way, lahat ba tayo ganito ang ating format? Ha? Meron po ba sa atin dito yung hindi ganito ang format? Because I will teach you how. Nga dapat APA ready na siya. Okay, how? So, you go to settings, okay? Ito, i-click nyo lang po yung nasa ibabaw na tatlong dots. Okay? Okay, nakita po ba ang three dots? Okay? Then you go to settings. Dito sa settings sa gilid. Are you following? Nakita po ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you click settings. Then of course, you go to your output and of course, the output table. Okay. Din sa output, you click the p-values dito. When p-values are smaller, ang i-show niya is less than 0.001 na. Then, of course, for publication, two decimal places will do. Okay, dili kayo ganan ang uban publication editor daghan kay mga variable daghan kay mga decimal points. Two decimal points will be enough. And of course, we will follow the APA format. Na din yun, na may uban diya nga material, minimal, ako no, kanang ready for publication na, what's the point of doing research? Ipang-publish. APA, then automatic pang EPA output na ang i-generate ng Blue Sky Statistics. O, hindi ba maganda ang ating data na ating ipapakita, right? Okay. Are you following? Nakikita nyo pa ba? I mean, na ano nyo ba? Then of course, do not forget to save. Okay? I'm sorry to mention, na ay murag des din o kanang floppy disk di ay. These are these a floppy disk here to save the file. Then automatic po ready na for any output po ang ating nice po Jamove. Yes, nice po ang Jamove. Especially sa kuha sir, lahi na dyan ang format niya. Kuha na lang ni butas sa appendices sir. Ayaw na, wala na appendices. Kay kuan man, it will cost you, kuan man, kanang another page. Gasto na po. We should love the pandas, no? Kay the more paper we print, mini pandas will die. So we will love the pandas and the polar bears. So no more extra paper. So love the polar bears, no more extra shit. Okay, sa appendices. Okay. Okay. So I feel you mabugos yun daw. Okay, para ko nabasa. Okay. So moving on. Thank you for this new software, sir. Yes, love the panda. Do not Juan, I like to discourage no da ano po sir yung ipag-atag dinhi na ay na pag SPSS sir bang blue sky na gid ta. Okay. So karon matingala ka may ka normal ba ni? To determine the normality dapat ang atong p-value should be greater than 0.05. Hala sir, dili man greater than 0.05. Therefore, our data set is not normal. So kung dili normal, naunsaon man ni sir, magpadayon pa ba ko? Napa ba ko'y future? Yes. Kaya kung dili normal, then we will use the non-parametric procedures. O di ba? Survive yapon, makadbuat yapon kag research. Pero your conclusion cannot be good for the population. Right? Dili siya applicable as a conclusion. Pero you can still make a conclusion based on your results. Pero dili siya pwede nga the the result is true to all population. Okay? Sige. So with that, going back to our test, so dapat no naka siya naka test of normality, tas dili man siya normal kay less than 0.05 man tanan. So ay less than 0.05 man siya tanan, so therefore not normal. Dapat more than 0.05 siya. Okay ba? Pasok ba tayo lahat? Nakaintindi po ba? Napag-yun may future sa imuha, sir? Yes, of course. Dili pwede na nga mag-end lang atong career sa stat. Did you know, sharing ko lang niya yung may experience, one click of this is money na biya. Kanal, mo doon si mo nga, pwede magpa-check kung normal ba kung data. Once you have this output, kanilang siya. Normal. This is already a money. Already a money. Already ano po, this will cost na. So you can ask na po 500 pesos. Tapos, this is one more thing that I want to share it to you. Dayon sir, unsa man pag-interpret ana? Of course, kay mao lagi na no nga wala mo gud mi naminaw before sir sa mo ang klase. So unsa ang pag-interpret ani? So to interpret your output, I will share to you the beauty of ChatGPT. Have you heard of ChatGPT? Are you familiar with ChatGPT?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Oo, nakagamit na ba mo og ChatGPT? Okay, for example, na atay result, di ba? Ang atong Shapiro wheel kay kuan man, let us have read for example. So allow me to share screen po, my entire screen na lang share. Okay. So this is my entire screen. So tapad diha ang ChatGPT, no? So for example, I have here the value. So you will ask here, for example, what does the Shapiro will W value of 0.98 means? 'Di ba? 0.98 man ni ato ang W sa read. So kung mag-ask ka ana, wrong po gid akong grammar kaya nag-ask ko, mean, so automatic po siya magbibigay ng interpretation po. O, nanak ka. So indicates that the sample is said to have a normally distributed population. So, nana ka, pwede na nimo i-copy paste na dayon ni siya sa result and discussion. O di ba? Mahuman ka imong dissertation of 1 month? Yes, I tell you. Makapublish ka ko, sir. Yes, I will tell you, you can do everything in your research po. Okay? Yes, of course. Na naman kita din ni siya. Maybe some of you are saying, sir, kanang cheating ba ang ChatGPT? No, hindi yan siya cheating. ChatGPT po is the same with statistics. It is an aid for us to do or to help us in doing our research. Kailan ba nagiging cheating ang ChatGPT? For example, niingon ang teacher nga, okay, create a 500-word essay. Tapos gi-chat GPT nimo. So that's cheating na because the idea or the original concept is not coming from you, coming from chat GPT na. Pero kung mag-publish ka niya, dili ka kabalo or dili ka confident sa imong 0.98 nga value sa kuan, you can ask help sa chat GPT. And I tell you, there's nothing wrong in doing chat GPT, in asking help, especially in statistics na part. And take note po, the result of chat GPT and the explain po niya is very nice and very, what do you call this? Very detailed ang pagka-explain. Ano mang good, sir? Basta gamit kayo ko sa abusaran na, ala, lahi po ng abuse, no? Kanang, yeah, I agree with the term abuse, pero don't worry, for the common good baka na imong gibuhat, then we can have used it for thesis. Yes, you can still use it for your PhD, ma'am, kung gusto ka mag-doctorate. May na lang ni Doc Jen, saba kaayo, no? Yes, oo. So, daghan jud kaayo din no, naka-feel karon nga hala. Ano ka pa ba ng gawas ng chat GPT? Yeah, you still have time. You can still publish more. Okay, now, so you have the Shapiro wheel. Let us now try to perform non-parametric. Tara, click non-parametric. And of course, you will have to test, no, for one sample. Ibig sabihin ng one sample, isa ra ka group. If you want to have paired samples, dapat related siya. And if you have independent samples, you can have here the Wilcoxon test. Are you following? You just click Wilcoxon test, independent samples. Okay? Then you will have here our variable. Let us start with ano na lang. One sample muna. Okay. Let us try to check if our scores in reading, okay, kana read akong gibutang. We would like to check if the value or of the the mean of the reading scores is equivalent to 50. The score is from ano man from 0 to 100. So let us assume that the average score is equivalent to 50. Of course, the confidence interval is at default is 95%. If you want a higher confidence interval, you can do so. But for me, for being flexible and because this is a social demographic or a social study, so we can perform it using the null hypothesis po natin na 50 lang po and 95% confidence interval. Okay, sige. So, after you set that one, natay play button din yun. Nakita ba ang play button? Click the play button, then automatically it will give you the result. O, di ba? Very beautiful, very lovely kaayo siya. And again po, my activity for tomorrow or tonight, if you want to make it in advance, is to perform everything dito sa akin ginawa, pero you will use the data on math and science. Okay? Then of course, I want you to put your output in a PowerPoint. Then sure, of course, you have to explain then your output. So first, so the median is 50 or the mean and the sample size na na-generate ng ating output is 52. So the p-value is 0.01. Therefore, we reject the null, in which our null hypothesis claim is that the points or the score in reading is equivalent to 50. Therefore, we reject the null because it's less than 0.05. We will say that the mean score in reading is not equivalent to 50. Okay, nagets nyo po ba? Can I have the file, sir? Okay. The file po, I will attach it here. Na-share ko siya kanina, baka ano lang po. Okay, here's the file of our data set. Okay, na-send ko na po siya ulit. Okay, HSSB2. Now lang po na-install yung server. Saan tab po ba yung normality, sir? Okay, dito po, punta lang kayo sa analysis. When you go to analysis, then proceed to normality test. Okay. Okay na po ba? Sige. So, you have now
Excuse me
the
po, sir.
normality. Yes, ma'am.
Iba kasi yung mga tabs under analysis.
Ano pa? Walang normality na labas sa'yo, ma'am?
Wala po. After non-parametric is distribution analysis, proportion summary, survival tables, variance.
Oh, nara. Survival, then variance. Wala yung normality?
Wala
Ano
normality, sir.
kaya siya?
Association, correlation, crosstabs, cluster, factor analysis, means, missing values, moments,
Oh, nara. Moment. Pareho ta, ma'am.
and multi-dimensional
Oo.
scaling. Pero
Napog po
wala,
multidimensional scaling.
wala ang
Alam nga, ano
normality.
ka na, no? Sige lang, ma'am. I-refresh lang nato na later, no? Basing nag-loading pa siya ba pa niya na fully realize ang iyang copy, ang iyang ano po entry. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
moving on. Sige, sa distribution ata, ma'am. Wala po ba sa distribution analysis? Meron, pero yung sa distribution po kasi ang lumalabas is normal distribution. Hindi siya normal distribution test. It's more on the ano po siya, type of test po. Okay. Sige, going back po sa ating output. Sa distribution po, meron pong normal, pero ano siya, hindi siya, pwede dito, normal. Normal probabilities to, hindi siya normal test. Okay, so let us proceed po sa mean. This time, let us perform non-parametric for independent samples. So, meron tayong dalawa. So first, you have here the response variable. I will use this time social studies. And of course, I want to check female. By the way, ito yung problem ng aking data, no? Ang nakalagay kasi dito is female. But dapat po dito, it should be gender. So 0 for male, 1 for female. Okay? So I will put that one in the
Wa ka
factor.
tingog.
Okay? So okay po ba tayo dyan so far?
Yes po.
Noon sa nakaani. Ako na i-chat balik si sir.
Okay. So, okay na ba? Naka-follow na ba tanan? Okay na ba? Okay. If okay na, then we will have here the test method. Default lang po.
Ay sa message, ay sa ingon ana, ma'am, katong ako. Dali na,
Okay.
ma-pressure ka. Karon, wa na. Ningon man siya,
So,
ma'am, please add your
after that one, sorry
kuan
for the
committee
interruption,
here.
meron lang nag-chat. You
Pero
have
naa
to
na
click
makadaan ni
play,
Angel.
play ito, execute dialogue. We will leave the null hypothesis zero. Ibig sabihin, the difference between the scores between male and female are the same. Okay? So, dili ta nato favor against the other group. Okay, then we play this one. Then we will now have the independent result. Okay, so here we assume po that our output is based on what we
Ay
have
dili kay ikaw
here
may dakoy
sa
muntay kabalo
ating
sa didto nga ikaw filter.
p-value. So, ibig sabihin po, the p-value is 0.58. Take note, if the p is high or if the p is low, we reject our whole or the null hypothesis. So for this case, since our
Na may session
p-value
chair,
is
ma'am. Sa day
greater
problema.
than
Siya ang
0.05,
session chair ay padagan.
therefore we will not reject our null hypothesis. Therefore, we will say that male and female has the same social studies scores na
Ang workshop 3
to,
nga moderator.
as the same social studies scores. Okay, so the same lang pala ang level nila sa kanilang social studies course. Okay? Are you following pa ba? Okay, so dalawa yan, no? So you have already the one sample, the other one is independent sample. So ito lang po, you just have to copy this table, then automatic po ilagay sa Word, then you can start explaining. But again, pag mahirapan tayo mag-explain, sino gani ang pwedeng makakatulong sa atin? Si ChatGPT po, okay? Pero gaya ng sinabi na iba, sir, baka ma-abuse. Hindi naman, nagpapatulong lang man to make your output more sound and more reliable din ang interpretation natin. Okay, moving on. So this time, we try already the
Aw,
female
naman si
because
kuan
there are
ni
two.
reply
Now,
Miss
what if
Ibig.
this time po, we have three? For example, this case, you have this one program, three programs for example. So you have one, two, three, and ano. So let us put here new label like STEM. Then this one is UMS, and the
Uy,
other one is ABM program. Okay,
naabala ko
okay,
ipaging.
then save. So you now have the
Di
program
man gud
po
ikaw
label
moderator,
as
baka
following.
moderator no. Sa
So
imong
take
paging.
note you just have to click lang po dito or double click, then automatic na po itong
Namilaw
maglalabas
ka.
po. Okay, sige. So kung three groups, ano palang gamitin, sir, pag three groups? So let us go back to our Kodigo. Wow, Kodigo gid ang term, no?
Naliwa
So
kay sir.
kung naatay three groups, sir, what shall I be using?
Usay
So if
paging
you
ni mo
will
day.
compare three or more samples, ang gamiton din nato pag dili
Lumabas ka to
normal ang
highlight your
data
booty.
kay Kruskal-Wallis test. Pero kung normal
To,
akong
to
data,
dito.
sir,
To sa invest
then I
teacher.
will use one-way
Katong head sa cashier.
analysis of variance.
Cashier.
O, di ba?
Mm.
So, confident na kakaroon nga, okay, kay di man normal akong data,
Mm.
sir,
Si Sir J.
I will
Panayan. Kato kong
proceed in
gitawagan nga. Dihan
doing
niyo mag-roast
non-parametric
sa last day.
procedure, which is equivalent to
Basta
ano
mo niya
ba?
nakita nga si
And that is
moderator na.
Kruskal-Wallis
Ni
age
okay man siya,
test.
ni heart magani siya to akong
Okay po
gising.
ba tayo dyan? Okay. So, kung Kruskal-Wallis
Mm.
test, kung sa gamiton, you will now have here, proceed tayo sa ating Blue Sky. Sorry, I have to transfer from the
Nagkuhan
PDF
ako.
to Blue Sky for the purpose of illustration. Okay, now by Kruskal-Wallis, there's a non-parametric. Of course, naayun siya. And we call that one as the Kruskal-Wallis test.
Mm.
Okay,
Blue
so
sky.
now, kung mag-test ko Kruskal-Wallis, sir,
Mm.
this time I will use program. the factor. And the response this time, I will use writing level or the writing score ng mga students. Then, of course, the estimation method is asymptotic. Do not use Monte Carlo because we are not simulating here. And of course, will not use for exact because we have more than three levels. Dito naman po sa multiple comparison adjustment, ito po yung post hoc test. In the event po na hindi, am I still audible? Naririnig pa ba ako?
Yes po.
Yes, yes po. Yes.
Okay. I think ang screen ko ang nag-freeze for a while. Sorry for that. Maglipat na lang ako ng other internet. There you are.
Kaya mo yun, Ma'am Ange.
Okay, sorry for that. Before we proceed, may tanong po pa so far? Like, how are you? Angay pa ba nato ni ipadayon, sir? Oo. Okay, there you are. Are we okay pa ba? Angay pa ba ni ipadayon? Pagkapoy na mo, nakapanihapon na ba ang tanan? Ang all?
Wala.
Oo, pwede na mo magkaon diya ha, bang storya ko din ni. Kaya di mo ko gapanihapon good. Charot. Okay, so moving on. So again, no? So you have to check po the perfect post hoc test. Again, the post hoc test is used when we would like to determine which among them nag-differ significantly. Di ba tulo naman to na naka-STEM, UMS, and ABM. Asa man sa tulo ang nag-differ if they are different yun. For me po, there are plenty of multiple comparison. But for me, the favorite one is Bonferroni because this is very flexible. So we will use Bonferroni for the purpose of doing analysis na very friendly and everyone can relate to the use of Bonferroni. Okay. Sige. Send. There you go. Lalabas na po ang Bonferroni and you will now have the results. Wow! With box plot pa, sir. Yes. This is the beauty of ano po, Blue Sky Statistics. Kay instead of showing them this very lengthy table na ang tuban dili makaunsa pa na mga table na adya oy hindi ta kasabot ana sir, pwede po nimo ipakita ang graph na lang. So makita nimo karon asa man dinhi ang nice of performance, ang taga STEM ba, ang taga UMS or ang taga ABM. So unsaon pag-determine ana, to determine that one you only have to check on the line on the middle. That is the mean score nila. So ibig sabihin ang mga taga UMS, if you will observe, nakita niyo ang UMS, mas dako ang ilang scores compared sa taga STEM. O, di ba? Very easy to interpret. Very easy to give an output of that.
Pero ka ng box.
Do you agree?
Kita ka ng box.
Nakarelate ba ang tanan nga using
Mas
graph
daghan
lang?
ang
Oo, you can actually make
Ang
more
ato
sense with the graph.
ang
And
kanang
if you will
box.
observe po, mas lower pa yun, no? Kaning
Mas
line
daghan
nga
ang
nasa
pud ang
middle
sample
lang ang
size
atong
diri sa
i-check.
kuan.
Ang kanang nasa line nga
Mas taas
middle,
sila.
that is your benchmark of comparing the groups. So, ibig sabihin, ABM has smaller writing scores compared to STEM and UMS. Okay, but however, that is visual. Okay, others could be very subjective in doing analysis sa visual or sa graph. We need to support it by providing a value like this table, the chi-square test, and you will say po dito sa ating p-value if which one ang nag-differ significantly. Therefore, you will say po that they differ significantly. Yes. Okay. P-value is less than 0.05. Ibig sabihin, by the way, maklaro ba ako ang output or gamay ra akong font? I can actually increase the font size. Let me
Okay
check
lang,
the
sir.
theme kung na
Okay ra
font
siya, sir.
size. Okay ra siya. Sige, ako
Okay ra.
tapadaka for the everyone's benefit. Okay. Sige, so since the p-value is 0, ibig sabihin less than 0.05 ulit. The less than 0.05 siya, therefore, ang less well, we reject the null, therefore they differ significantly. So asa man ani ang nag-differ significantly, sir? So you will go to the value na nasa baba, the pairwise test. And as you may observe po, among the pairwise test, asa diya ang nag-differ significantly, you will now have to show kung asa diya ang less than 0.05. Ibig sabihin, Humes differ significantly sa STEM, and of course, Humes also differ significantly sa ABM. So meaning, ang STEM ug ABM wala nag-differ significantly. So ibig sabihin, only Humes kaning naa sa tunga nato nga box and whisker plot. Sorry, I forgot to mention. This is what we call the box plot or the box and whisker plot. Kaning nasa tunga karon, we will say these values here significantly differ among STEM and ABM. Or you can say the Hume's program has a better writing scores compared sa STEM and ABM. Any question? Tanong?
None, sir.
Answer.
Wow, none or wala lagi mo yung ikapangutana. Perfectly said. Wow, thank you for that, Teacher JLP. How about, okay, okay. So, nakuha no? So, ang buhaton lang nato ani, right click, copy image, or you can use that one as PNG. It's up to you. You just have to copy the image, then automatic paste it at sa Word file nimo. Okay? Sige. So, okay na. So, na-test na nato ang one sample, two sample, male and female, and this time you have three samples. So, three or more are just the same po. Okay? So, if you have three or more, you can use Pascal-Wallis po.
Sir,
Yes, may tanong po? Yes.
can I
Go
ask,
ahead,
sir?
Teacher Kano. Yes.
In presenting the results, sir, sa paper na siya, sir ba? Is that the one that you shall present, the one that with chi-squared value and the p-value?
Yes, yes, sir. Oo.
Okay.
Actually, sir, no, for example, kani ako siyang i-copy ha. If I will copy this one as text, then I will go to ano po. Ang ginagawa ko po para ang gusto kasi may mga author, may mga editors po na the table should stand alone or the graph should stand alone. More bitog, dili na sila, hindi na nila kailangan bumasa pa ng papel mo because your table can do it na, kumbaga. So, ang ginagawa namin dyan is to add one more column. Okay? To one more column, then we will put as remark. Like, mag-adding one column din here. Okay? Then, when we add one column po, we will put it or mag-interpret lang dayon may magputang may remarks. That is how we do it po. Okay? For example, na I would like to show it to you. Okay, for example po, ay sorry, hindi ko pala na-share yung aking ano, Word file. For example ha, naa kay Word file, for example. Okay, so sa imong Word file, loading pa ako Word. Yeah, lagay lang ng remarks. Yes. That is how I do it po para po hindi naman masyadong sorry, hindi ko pala na-share.
Sir,
Share Word. Yes,
sir,
yes, go ahead.
is it the right word to use, remarks?
Yes po, remarks, or you can have it the word interpretation, but for me, no,
Mm,
remarks is
mm,
enough po. Oo. Sige.
ah,
For example, din mo na siyang p-value nimo, you just add one more, no? Insert to the right, for example. So you will now have here remarks, for example. Ay, ano ba yun? Sorry, sorry. Hindi ko siya na ayos. Okay. So I will add po one more column. Okay. To the right. Insert to the right. Nakikita po ba ang aking word na output? So, dito po
Yes,
sa
sir.
ating ano, maglalagay lang po tayo ng remarks. Okay. Once you put the remarks, lalagyan mo dito na highly significant. Bakit highly? Because it's zero. Pero kung hindi zero, like 0.02 lang siya, you can say significant, but not highly. Okay, ganyan lang po, highly significant. And of course, my favorite part, kapag ganyan po, because I love the polar bears, dapat auto-fit to content lang po. Ganyan. Okay, wag masyadong lakihan yung space because sayang yung ink, mamamatay po ang ibang ano po, polar bears for that matter. So yung tama lang po, ganyan. Okay, so pwede mo din itong i-remove. Okay, you can remove that one. Then you can have it here. Table 1. Table 1. Test of comparison on writing skills. Writing scores, ganyan lang po. O, di ba? So you can use that one on your writing your paper po. Any questions so far? Okay?
None,
So,
sir,
by the
none.
way, yung sinasabi ko po na mga polar bears, that is based on true story po ha. According to a study of WWF, Worldwide Fund, in every printing and cutting of trees, more polar bears are dying po. Diba, alam naman natin yan. Global issues on environment and others. Okay, sige. So we are now done with our three types of tests. This time, I want you to do correlation. Kung saan pag-correlate, sir? This time, naatay dua ka klase nga correlation. We have the Spearman and the Pearson. Hala, Pearson and Spearman, almost they are the same, no? Pearson is used if your data is normal. If the data is not normal, then we will use Spearman. Okay? So again, Pearson and Spearman. So let us have to use read, write, and this time social studies course. Okay. So kailangan gyud siya at least two kay kung dili two, unsa may correlate nimo, di ba? So dapat duwa siya. So again, wala na ko giapil ang math and science because that will be our activity tomorrow. So I want you to present your output, no? Kaning unsa kong gibuhat dinhi, mao po'y buhata sa math and science. Okay lang ba? Para na mo karon di na mo mawala sa inyong activity, na diha ang activity itself. Ang imo na lang is ikaw na mo input dinhi sa box. Okay? So you have read, write, and I want you to visualize a correlation matrix and visualize the web plan. Unsa na sila, sir? You will see it later. You will love how to do correlation in doing blue sky statistics. Okay. Ibali, Spearman. Data, ang Spearman po is not normal. Ang Pearson is normal. Ha? Okay. Yes, of course, the significant relationship will be shown here sa visualization. This is one thing that I like with Blue Sky because meron na siyang visualization. Nakakatulong kasi ito for others na may phobia sa numbers or hindi confident mo explain sa result in numbers. So they can use this one. Okay? So click that one. You run this one parang play button or execute dialogue. And
Excuse
now,
me, sir.
yes,
Nasa
Sir
Word
Mano, go
file
ahead.
pa po kayo, sir. Nasa Word
Hala,
file pa
sorry,
po
di
kayo
pala ako
nakashare.
oh my God, thank you for that. Okay, so going back, no? So going back po sa aking ano po dito, a correlation test. This time, I want you to perform correlation analysis, then go to correlation. Then, of course, we will have the read, the write, and the social studies. I will not include math and science again because I want you to perform math and science po as our activity. Okay, and again po, the best activity or the best output will receive cash prizes and certificate. And of course, bragging rights that they have been performing and learned in Blue Sky Statistics. Okay, so, okay, sige. May pa si Doc, no? Very participative si Doc. Okay, and again, ang atong data dili normal, so proceed to Spearman. Okay? Then, of course, click visualize correlation and of course, visualize web plot. Then click that one, then automatically it will provide us a result of the correlation. This is what I love. If you want to interpret your data using table, you can have this. If the value is less than 0.05, then there is a significant correlation. But how to interpret your correlation? You have to see this one. The darker the color, the stronger is the correlation. Ibig sabihin, positive correlation ang green, ang blue, or shall I say this is blue-green something, is a negative correlation. Ano ibig sabihin ng green? When you say positive, there is a direct relationship. As your reading score increases, your writing skill also increases. But kung negative correlation siya, opposite, you will say, for example, if the writing skill increases, the social studies score decreases. So, ganyan po ang pag-interpret. So, dito po makikita natin that the values is 0.60 and 0.62. So, there is a positive relationship between writing and social studies scores. And if you will check for social studies scores, positive po sila, almost the same ang correlation nila. And this is one that I really love. This is what we call the web plot. Saan dito sa tatlo ang may pinaka-strong relationship? So makikita nyo po dito ang reading has a very strong relationship with social studies course. But reading and writing, nakikita nyo ba itong line na very thin? Ibig sabihin, hindi masyadong strong, or shall we say strong man pa rin, as you may say, 0.597, pero hindi siya kasing strong or kasing relevant ang relationship sa reading and social studies. But writing and social studies has a strong relationship pa rin, pero not as strong as reading and sa social studies course. O, di ba? Very easy to interpret na. Any questions so far? Nakikita po ba ang ating paggawa dito ng ating analysis ng correlation? Hi po sir, can we access this record? Of course, you can have a copy of this session po. Sir, ano po, sino ngayong in charge? Sir, sino galing? Sa iyo lang sila ano sir, no? Mag-coordinate? Sir Kalo?
Yes, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes, Sir Kalo. Thank you for that response. Okay. So, any questions so far? May nakuha. Also, the PDFs you shared po. Of course, I will
Yes, sir.
share po. No worries po. I will share po everything that I am, ano po dito, ina-talk po. Pwede nyo din ma-download for free, pero sige lang, I will still share din po. Okay, so, I want an output like this, pero pwede nimo buhaton ang tanan, like reading, social studies course, writing, math, and science. Idugang da ang math and science din. And that is a very lovely output. Okay? So, yes, go ahead, Teacher Mary Ann.
Sir, ask ko about kaning light and dark. Naban na siya strength of relationship.
Yes, ma'am. The darker, the stronger. The lighter, so weak ang relationship niya. Pero opposite po siya, kay naa may positive na dark and negative na dark. So kung positive na dark, positive na green, like what we are seeing here, if positive siya, ibig sabihin the relationship has a they have a direct relationship. Okay? Pero if we will like to measure po, or shall we say, how can we determine, kay very subjective magkaayo ang kuan, di ba? What do you call this? Very subjective ang graph. So, I would like to use po, sir, sana on interpreting the result of the Spearman. So, paano ba natin i-interpret yung kanyang range of values, kumbaga? So, I have here, sorry. Okay, so if you will use this one, sorry, Adara. Hmm, Spearman Row, this one. Okay, oh my God, ang lakas ng ulan sa amin ngayon. Okay, sorry, hindi ko pala na-share again. Okay, this one, okay. So if the correlation is from 0.81 to 1, you have a very strong relationship. Okay? So, ako na lang open in another, open image, open image in new tab. Okay, this one. Okay. So if the value, okay, if the value of your spearmint is within the range of 0.81 to 1, whether it's positive or negative, there is a very strong relationship. So ibig sabihin, strong relationship sila whether they are positively strong or negatively strong. But once negative po, opposite ang kanilang interpretation. So, if one increases, the other decreases. Okay? So, if the other one increases, the other decreases. But if they are positive correlated or very strong correlation, if one increases, the other also increases. Okay? Then you have here the negligible if it is near to 0. 0.21 to 0.40 is weak. Then you have the moderate, and that is our values. And most of our result here is within this interval, sa moderate po. And of course, you have the strong, okay, the value of your relationship. Okay po ba? I'm making sense here.
Ah, yes, sir.
Naintindihan po ba? Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay. Okay. Meron na pala naka-download ng Likert Skill Response. Ang Blue Sky ba, sir, limited? Of course, meron tayong multivariate analysis din. Maybe no, as much as I like to discuss multivariate analysis, but due to our 3-hour session, hindi ko po siya ma-discuss lahat po. Okay, but going back to the ano po, yung ating link, yung choosing the correct statistical procedure, meron po yun lahat doon. Meron po tayong multidimensional scaling that is for multivariate analysis also po. Okay, sige. So we're done with one way, two way, and the others po. So that is how you do our analysis. Aside from that po, meron po tayong graphics dito sa ating, okay, meron po tayong graphics dito. Okay. Okay, so meron po tayong graphics dito in which we can show po our scores or our data po based on our appropriate graph. So for example, scatter plot. So sa scatter plot natin, pwede po natin i-plot ang ating scores. For example, reading, writing, and the social studies. You just have to highlight them and you put here the numeric values. Your x variable po specify a numerical variable or we want to have our program, for example, specify by color. Okay? So, yan po ang ilalagay natin dyan to compare po our scores. And what if we would like to have our by gender, yung x variable natin? Okay. So, instead of female po, sorry po ha, female ang nalagay ko, dapat gender po siya. And the color po is specified po by our program, yung ano siya. Dito naman sa baba po ng ating paggawa ng scatter plot, you can actually apply the different types. But for me, no, let us leave as is lang muna para the default, I mean, hindi as is, para for the purpose of illustration. But if you want to label your graph, you can actually do it here. You can label the x-axis and the y-axis. And of course, you can put a title for that. And if you want to improve no your ano po, you can actually do the facets. Okay, but for me, let us leave this one ano lang muna. Ano tawag dito? Uh, Default po for the purpose of illustration. Okay? Sige. If that is all complete na po, let us try. I hope it will run. Baka meron akong mali. Okay. Ito po talaga ang mangyayari. Parang ating data is dalawa lang, 0 and 1. I don't like this one. This is nonsense output for me. I would like to change po instead of this one to a continuous numerical value. What if we will say this time, unsa ka itong walay relation, ang right, no? Sige.
Sila ang guma.
Instead of that, we will put right in the x variable.
Dili nato na i-delete sa
Okay,
Joy.
sige. Then we will run it again if that will make sense. Okay, there you are. So you will now have reading versus writing. Okay, and the program STEM, Humanities, and ABM. So makikita nyo po, marami sa ating mga yums are in the higher bracket of our plot. Dito sila sa itaas banda. Then many of the ABM students, nandito po sila sa lower bracket of the plot din po. Okay? So ganyan po ang paggawa ng ating scatter diagram. Okay? Gender or sex. Actually, the appropriate term po is sex. Thank you for that, no? Hindi po dapat gender ang gamitin. Okay, sige, moving on. We have here another one. This is for reading, writing, and social studies. If you will check po, more of our students po, yung marami dito, mas malaki ang score sa writing. If the writing score increases, social studies score also increases because the graph is going upward.
At least 200 ka
Okay?
papel.
So,
Tapos
ganyan
may
po ang mangyayari sa ating mga plot. There are plenty of graphs, pero I don't encourage them for the purpose of publication. Kaning uban mo rag for illustration purposes lang gid pod siya. Okay? So,
200 ka buok.
it's a no for me to discuss kung
Nya
dili siya
pila to ka buok
related.
diha tanan
Kaya
ma'am.
para ma-maximize
Dapat
for other
20 no, at
parts.
least 20.
For the remaining time, I will
Kay nakuha man
introduce
na
to
kada
you the
isa.
beauty of ano na lang,
Nya luma na ma'am.
ano pang meron dito sa Blue Sky. One of these is the design of the experiment or the design of experiment overview. Dito po tutulungan kayo ni Blue Sky on how to fit your data based on your how to fit an experiment design on your data set. Another is Six Sigma. Six Sigma is used especially po if you are doing ISO purposes or yung mga illustration na kailangan po na i-highlight ang mga effectiveness or the quality control functionalities. We also have the model fitting. This is very common in doing what we call ano tawag dito? Yung data sets po that involves X and Y na maka-response variable. And this is also ideal especially for machine learning. You can use neural nets, the trees, and the naive Bayes. We also have the model tuning. Itong model tuning po is meron ka ng output and you
Walo.
want to forecast or you want to predict your
Pila
data,
madam?
then you can do bootstraps
Plus
resampling
sa
and
poster.
others. And we also
Plus
have
duha.
model evaluation. This is very useful po, especially if
Duha
you want
raman.
to measure the effect size
Asa
of
to
your
16?
result. Ngayon kasi most of the
Pero
publication,
madam, ang katong
maliit
nag-online
lang yung
madam,
kanilang sample. Like for example,
katong
30 lang yung
online,
sample niya.
i-send ra pud na to
Dahil yan
online.
lang yung nakuha niya sa
So walo
kanyang
ra
pag-conduct
ka
ng
judge
study. For
ang atong
example,
tagaan.
nag-test ka ng mga mice. Hindi kasi ideal na 100 mice ang experiment mo. That's very
Asendan sila
unethical,
hard
sir.
copy.
What if 25 lang yung mice po,
Aprintan ba?
sir? Or let us say
Oh.
15 or 10. Then you can do
Ang sa
model
judges.
evaluation. You would like to measure your data set if
Ang sa
meron
awarding.
ditong sounding result. Another is time series.
After
This
sa
is
session
my
kay
favorite part
awarding di
of
ba kay
Blue Sky.
mag-print man ta
You
para sa
can
presentor
do
ana. Jojo ana. Tapos ang
time
judges
series
line i-award pud ang
analysis
ilang
here.
certificate,
Example, the ARIMA.
evaluation.
You can do it here. Although some of here are doing R. Pero meron pong easy way to do ARIMA po. We can have it here uh,
Okay ra tong 11
using
Octo
Blue
kay
Sky
online man to.
statistics.
Ang sa 13
And lastly,
may
we
walo.
have here the
Plus
distribution.
duha sa
I
poster
put
sa
this
likod.
one as last part because this is
Dili
very
lang siya po. Si
theoretical.
Sir Lorinil daw
For
si
those who
kuan
are
siya
doing their
sundan
PhD or
sa poster.
masters, I would like you
Si Sir
to
Lorinil daw po no
explore
si
the
Sir
different
Michael
types of
Rodriguez.
distribution. Okay? All of this distribution are
Sa
both
13, naapay in
continuous
person.
and ano tawag dito isa? continuous and discrete distribution. So all of them po will
Dili siya, dili, lahi,
merge
lahi
or
tong special judge.
converge to be normally distributed. As we increase the power, we increase the sample size. So from
Sige.
beta
Sa
up
poster?
to
Mm.
negative binomial,
Sige. Basta
these
kay na
are all discrete. And normal up to
sa mga
Weibull,
itagdugang ka 8
these are
ka
continuous type of
di
distribution.
man pud mo kuan sa
Okay,
poster.
sige. So, sir, kapag po naka-Likert scale and dependent variable, need pa po ba mag-normality test? No need po. We only have to test po the normality for those continuous data.
Ang
So, do not
poster o
check the normality between male and
sa
female.
13.
Kay, di mo na normal. Kay
Oh,
random mo ka nag-select
ang
with male and
awarding,
female.
lahi tong
Pero
awarding,
kung ang
pero
data is scores, for example,
ang
katong
certificate
writing scores or
sa
reading
13.
scores, you have to check the normality. Okay, pero kanang mga male female
Ambot.
kanang sito kanang unsa pa mga kanang year level ay na sila pag normality test.
Ay dili naman
Okay,
ang
kato lang
awarding
mga
mo, pero ang
continuous data.
paghatag sa paper kay
Okay, so
di ara man nila kuha
for
sa
the remaining
secretariat.
time,
Di man
I
pala sa
will no longer
post sa
continue
oral nga
for I want
pag mo
you to
present
give the
ihatag.
1 hour for you to perform what I perform po.
Sige.
So I will go back no. Ano yung i-perform ko? You perform the following po. The normality test, one sample, independent sample, then you do the Kruskal-Wallis if you have three or more, like this one, and the correlation test, of course. And of course, the last part is the scatter plot po. So you have 6 items po for you to perform. You can choose lang po dito sa factor variables kung anong gusto mong gamitin. But this time, you have to do the math and
Ay,
science
Ma'am
part
Ange,
po.
ang
Is
katong
that
imong
okay
giingon nga
with you?
200, naapil na tong online adto?
So,
Kay dili man
diretso
to
na po ang
sila
non-parametric.
printan.
No, you have to test the math and
Dili,
science
sendan
if
ra. Ang
normal ba siya
printan
or
nato
hindi.
katong in
So
person.
that's part of your activity. Ang ordinal na data, sir, non-para ba, sir? No. Ang ordinal data are
Minusan na lang nato
considered
to.
data sets lang po, pero dili nimo siya pwede i-test for normality.
Mm.
Kay, kuan man na siya,
Ah.
kanang group data, categorical man na, male, female, or year level, year 1, year 2, year 3. So, dili
Kaigo
nimo
ra
siya
siguro na,
ma
no?
check ang normality nila kay these data sets are category by nature. So, automatic po, if you have a category both,
Pila?
sir, please repeat po
Ah,
sa
okay.
anim na
So,
gawin po. Ha? Lahat
7.
gagawin? Repeat po lahat?
Ay,
Okay,
6.
sige. So, again po, ang gagawin po
15 na.
natin, again, Sir,
Okay ra na.
sino gali
Maigo
yung
ra
ano
day
po
na.
dito? Sir Michael, kindly ano po, paki-indicate po ano yung gagawin natin. So number 1, we will have the one sample test. This one po, balik ako ha. So sa one sample test, no, sorry, start with the normality. After normality, you perform one sample. So sa normality, I expect here math and science. Okay? Then the one sample, kayo na po bahala kung anong gusto nyong i-one sample, ang math pa or science. Then dinhi, sa Wilcoxon test, I want you to perform a Wilcoxon test. Kayo na po bahala kung math and science, pero the grouping variable, it's up to you. Either din sa tong variable, you can have either those values nga dalawa lang. For example, here we only have school type, public and private. Kaya man naman ta sa gender. O kung gusto kag gender, pwede na gyapon again. Okay? Then, Kruskal-Wallis. Again, when mag-Kruskal-Wallis, if and only if mag-Kruskal-Wallis ka, if you have three or more. For example, kaning race. Kay 1, 2, 3, 4 man ni upat ni kabuk ang race. So you can perform Kruskal-Wallis po. And the other one is the correlation. Of course, do not forget, i-correlate nato ang math and sciences. Pero magbutang lang tag element of comparison. Pero pwede mag-request for correlation. Please include reading, social science, and writing. Tanaw na to unsa ka gwapa, unsa ka nice, kagwapa, unsa ka nice if lima na sila. Okay? Then lastly, we will have here the scatter diagram. And again, dili na reading and writing ha. It should be mathematics and science for. Okay. So, okay na ba? Kaya na ba na siya? Okay. So, I hope, no,
Sir,
everyone,
na ako'y follow-up question, sir.
go ahead, go ahead.
This is just a
Sige, sir.
reiteration, sir, from the clarification of Sir Michael Anino a while ago. If the data that we
Okay.
gathered, for example, a study is, kumbaga, using a Likert scale, kanang mga responses gani, sir. So, ang iyang question is, i-test pa ba daw ang normality, ana?
No need, sir. Mag-test of normality basta naka-Likert scale na.
Okay, kanang mga para to mga kuan, sir, ba, level of agreement, mga ingon
Dili na,
ana.
sir. No need. Kaya ang imong score, ano, sir,
So,
1, 2,
direct,
3, 4, 5 raman. Oo.
So, if
Oo.
i-test ang iyahang, if na ay mga test of significance, sir, kuan, diretso na siya non-parametric.
Parametric siya dapat. Tapos, sir, if you want to test yun para ma-normality siya, kuha mo ang average score. Dito ka mag-normality score sa iyahang average score.
Yes, sir. Oo.
Oo.
Kanang sa yes, ana
Sa
nga mga study,
average
sir, ba,
score.
common man gud na sa education.
Yes,
And
yes, I agree,
oo,
sir.
kuha ko ng average. So kung dili normal, then they will go for parametric, non-parametric, but should use
Tama.
median instead
Ah,
of the average or the mean.
actually,
Tama ba,
sir,
sir?
pag mag-normal na siya, sir, mean yun na siya. Kaya di say mean,
Oo.
median, and mode, equal naman.
Pag
Tama,
pag
sir.
non-normal,
Yes.
sir, ba, pag non-normal, dapat median ang
Yes, the
gamiton
median
dili
na,
mean.
sir, nasa tuwa. Yes, tama po, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Wow,
thank you, sir.
I am so happy with that question, sir, because
Thank you,
kanang
sir.
nagyo na learn, kumbaga, oo. Okay. Sige, what else? Question, sir, dapat na-encounter na nag-net agreement, ana. Yes, yes, you can actually go for net agreement, pero hindi na siya pang statistics, to be honest. Teacher Madera, yung net agreement po. Kaya hindi ko siya gi-introduce na po sa inyo. Okay. So, ano pa ba ang mga katanungan natin? Meron pa ba tayong question for before we end our session? I end the session for the purpose for you to work now. Okay? Kay basing mag-work mo karon, then dagan kay mo ma-way, no? Ask po sa Codigo po katong the type of test. Unsa gani kani? Okay, sige, go. You can screenshot this one now if you like para naamoy Codigo kumbaga. But if you don't have Codigo, you can download po the book. It's for free. I will share po the book pala, don't worry. Hindi ko siya ma-attach sa chat dahil it's the book is so malaki ang file. I'll send it over, sir, then maybe or we will meet in person, I will send it to you. Sir, if normally distributed po, ano tong tanong? For a while. Sir, if normally distributed, mag-cross kalwalis pa? No, sir. Kaya kung normally distributed ka, let me share again, no? Ang equivalent sa Cruz-Calwalis, kung kung normal imong data is ANOVA po. Okay? Non-para for Cruz-Calwalis is ANOVA. So kanira gini mo na gini mo kodigo, no? Kung normal,
Okay.
kani sila tanan. Pero kung dili normal, di kani po sila tanan.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Pero aside from that, dili lang kani
Thank
atong
you very much,
familiar. Dapat
madam.
familiar po nato unsa nga klase nga mga variables ang naa nato. Kay base unyang nagdita-data tato ang Likert scale for example nga
Link.
dili siya
Oh,
normal, di
hapit
ba
pa
gid
man
naman
siguro man.
normal kay
Pwede
1
na
2
ta
3 4
mag-post.
5 na gid siya. Pero kung
Oh,
kuha
pwede
nimo ang
na mag-post.
average,
Please do
then
not
that's the
forget. Huwag
time
ka na
you will
ibalik-balik.
have to test the normality. Okay, hello, dagan kay na I am so happy no hearing dagan kay
Ang letter
nakakuha
siguro. Ang sabi.
because I want statistics to be treated as the simplest subject because of the software. More confident ko moingon ba nga I finish statistics thanks to the software. Okay, then dili na siya dapat may mong problema when we do publication.
Puno na.
Kay we should be confident na in doing publication not because of statistics but because mag-focus na ta sa content.
I-chat
Kay
na ako.
dito mo gyud magkuha ng ato ang results sa content naman gyud.
Oo.
Okay? So, dili lang sa statistics pag problema,
Tarong no?
dapat dito kita
Mm.
mag-focus sa content. Sir, mag-screenshot sa sa Codigo. Ay, sorry, sir, sorry.
Ako i-chat
Na-close
ka
na
lang.
ko ang Codigo. Okay, kodigo here. Okay. Nara ang kodigo. Okay, enjoy the kodigo. Okay. Sige. Do you have any questions pa ba? Kabalo ko ang uban ni gigutom na. Ang uban din nagkaon na, gasabay paminaw gakaon. Sir Michael, basing nado mangayo sa ano, basi pwede niyo ibutang inyong email address dinhi para ma-link na lang mo sa nice kayo ka mo discuss, sir. Oh, thank you for that, Teacher Carlo. Oo. I cannot still look at the normality test, sir. I will just try to use yes, ma'am, maybe nakuha. How about the others? Naamoy normality? Basing si Ma'am Gozon ra ang wala? Or ang uba na agyon? Normality, yes, sir.
Sir,
Wala
nasa
gyud
ano
tanan?
sir, nasa distribution sir, naa dito ay Shapiro Valley, ano yun?
Nade
Shapiro
dito,
Wealth.
oo.
Naa sa
Shapiro
distribution sir.
Wilkes.
Shapiro Wealth,
Okay.
yes sir,
Naagyon
test.
lagi. Lagi nakulbaan
Normality
ko nga.
test.
Okay. Kay nakulbaan ko ba nga ikaw rin ang si Teacher Gozo naagi daw siya ma'am, dili pili nga mawala na siya no. So balik na ko no sa kuha na siya sa analysis dahil yung normality. Ano nasa uban na sa lain no? I don't understand. Ano nasa uban? Sige lang, maybe na lang siguro na-click during pag-download or anything. Pero I
Sa,
expect
sa
na
version siguro, sir.
mag-perform.
Ang uban,
No, I have
updated
the
ang
latest
version.
version, the 10.3.
Hmm.
Kaya nag-update po ganiha lang morning para same taog same taog kuan. Same taog result yun mo nang nag-update po ko ganiha. Update
Wait,
Blue Sky. Oo na latest gid ko. Oo. Sige lang
medyo dahil sa
basing
bang
pag
interface sa amo, sir. Compare sa imuhang
okay in terms of interface kani mo na akong gipili. Go to settings, theme, then pwede nimo i-change ang imong settings like gusto nimo ang imong settings kay gusto ka kani like gusto ko o kanang uspay nice ani economist nga white. Okay, then pwede nimo ma-change ang color. Hala, ko ba na-change akong color? Okay, so dini ka mag-theme, mag-change sa theme po. Oo. Or if you like, pwede po ka mag-change sa imuhang settings dini lang sa the font man ni siya, the theme, apply, wala mo siya na-change. It's more of the settings. Settings. Nara na sa
Mm.
settings po. Oo, wala lang nako di nako
Oh,
ng settings.
dili
Kani
ra.
nga settings akong
Oh.
akong gikuan kay gaan siya sa akong mata kumbaga. Okay? So you can change the settings po based on your theme and the others po. Sige. So what else pa po?
Excuse me, sir, ma'am. May I ask again, please, unsa ganito mga part or naputol akong net, ma'am, di na ako nakuha.
Mag-send lang
Nasa
ko
Which part po, ma'am?
distribution, ma'am.
sa amo ang
Distribution.
Sa
analysis.
distribution analysis, then you click that one po na dito ang
Oh, sa everyday.
kadtong Shapiro Wealth Normality Test.
Baka ka
Okay,
nang
thank you for
kuan ra ba
that.
ka nang
Salamat
nasa lang
Thank
sa
you,
kaayo.
ma'am.
nga ano.
Okay, then I
Nasa
am so
nasa
happy no
background.
nga
Sa
consistent
kana.
yun ang 33 ba
Stage.
wala kita nakuhaan ba kanang
Backstage.
kadayon yun mo sa
Namas
inyong
Michael.
kuan pag-attend.
Siya may moderator.
Okay, so moving on, do
Tapos
you have
ang amo
any
pong
questions
kuan
pa po
isa ka
ba?
si
Ito
tawag
po
ani
pala ang theme.
session
I
chair
would
nato.
like to change the theme to dark cherry. Be, ko ba change ba siya? Okay. Kani pala, this is the settings po. Settings, then you have to change po. If you like Dracula, then you save, then it will change po into Dracula settings. Yan po. Okay, sige. Meron pa po bang, sir, can I ask copy of the book? Yes po, I will send po through ano po, hindi ko kasi pa attach because ano siya, kanang, i-try ko again ang attach siya kay dako daw siya ka file mo yung giingon siya cannot download because of ano file is too big ano ra
Ah,
gito
oo.
ba ako i-try
Pero
download basing dili
mo ba
mao
siya
nga
nga
file ako
nagkuan
na
ba ko?
attach
Madungog ba?
wala ba dito
Sir,
okay
sir, again, ako'y
yes
ask.
go
Sa
ahead
output
ma'am.
ba po, sir, it's
Dili
only
walay
the table
tuyo.
lang po or the
Basi
graph
lang
ang
ganahan lang ko
i-present?
forwarded kang kuan, mambisirin.
Yes, ma'am. Table and the graph lang po. Dahil you will present man po. I'll give everyone 10 minutes to present tomorrow po. Okay?
Okay po,
Para na
thank
ay
you.
chance tanan. Oo. Tapos, magsaba daan ha. If mag-present ba mo or dili. Kay para dili ta mag-waiting game. Kumbaga. Okay. So, for a while, saan ko ba to? Okay. Nasa, okay, the book, ito pala. Hindi ko pala na-click unshare. For the book po, I am sharing it now. Sorry, na ano kay ma'am. Everyone in the meeting, your computer, non-para. For non-stop. Sige siya ma-attach ay nga naman eh. Dako gid siya file. I think there's something wrong sa kuan. Sige, I will share the link na lang or sige na. Ibibigay ko na
Drive na
lang
lang,
kay
sir.
ano. Teka lang. Drive. Wala siya sa drive. Nasa sa ang file yun. Oo, mag-open pa ko og drive. Then i-share ang link. Pero, sa may maayo na madali ako. Okay. Nalangan ko ano. Okay, none para to sharing. Okay, while waiting, no, meron pa ba mga katanungan? I mean, meron pa ba gustong i-clarify? Di pa siya pwede i-drag. Okay, there you are. Na-drag na siya. Okay, there you are. Loading yun lagi siya. 7.5 MB, very small, pero ga-load siya sa kakaran. Sir, na-late ko sa discussion. Na-discuss ba sa pag-input sa data? Yes po. Again po, ang data po natin naka-CSV file or naka-Excel siya. You just have to go to data sets. Open pala dito. Then you go to the file, which is HSP2. Then once you click that one, click open, then the rest will follow. Okay, na-send ko na po ang book, non-para for non-stop po. Okay, so ano
Bye.
pa bang kulang po na hindi ko na-share? It's the video na lang, no? Okay,
Kano sa ta
sorry.
mag-print og
So can you
certificate?
send us your
Makaya ra
sample
na to og
output?
Tuesday morning? Dili no?
Kani, sige, pwede na ko na i-save ta na akong
A
sample
day
output.
before?
Thank you
Ha?
for reminding for me on that, sir. I will export the output po. Okay,
So sa morning na ta niya
output.
pagkahapon ra ba i-present? Ihatag sa
Okay,
ila.
I'll save it down.
Ang
Okay,
in-person naman noon. 13.
I will send
Morning
the
na lang ta
output
open.
now. Pero ma-open siya using ano lang ha, Blue Sky.
Sige.
Sorry.
During registration.
Okay.
Magprinta sa ilang topic po
Okay,
no,
here's my
title,
output for today's session po. So, imagine no, ganyan lang po i-prepare ang ating ano po. Okay, thanks for the question po. I will create a Google folder now. Much better siguro i-email na lang kay kung i-Google folder baka makita ng iba yung output mo. Okay? Kindly email your output dito po na email. Ita-type ko po dito sa ating chat box. Okay, this is my email address. Ano ba to? Okay, this is my email address. Madronero at src.pshs.edu.ph. Okay. Please send your output. What time po bukas mag-present, sir? The same time po, 6 p.m. po. Okay. I hope maka-attend po lahat ha. I, I will choose top 5, pero only the number 1 will get a cash prize. I hope that will be your motivation po in your sample. Can you send us your sample? Okay, na-send ko na po ang ating sample output. And of course, you can use po any format lang po if you like. And do not forget to evaluate. Okay. Thank you for reminding us, Ma'am Jessa. Word file ba, sir? I prefer po PowerPoint. Para pag-present yung bukas, hindi Word file. Yung naka-PowerPoint na siya. Okay? Then, I don't like many words po. If you have a discussion po, make it short. I'll give 10 minutes po everyone tomorrow. So, from 6 to 9 p.m., that is 3 hours. 3 hours, then 6. So, 18. There are 18 possible po maka-share to tomorrow na kina-output po. And again ha, this is not a requirement. Ito lang gusto ng output nila na ma-share and ma-check. Okay? And again, you will have the same output man. Pero dito lang mo mag-differ sa inyong gamiton nga factor. Either you will use race, you will use gender, you will use ano yun, gender, race, ano pa ba yung mga nandoon? I'm so talkative. Race, school type, program, or aning SES po is the type of program pero hindi siya, it doesn't make sense kasi hindi ko ito ginasali. So gender, race, school type, or the program. But again, the data is math and science. Okay, do we still have any question? Sir, pili ba ngayon po sa CSV file? Okay, here's the CSV file. No worries. Oo. Okay, here's the file again. Okay. So, sino pa? What time po bukas? Okay, 6 p.m. po. Okay, so are there any question? Can we have a picture taking po para bukas may remembrance ako kung sino yung nag-attend sa today? Then if we meet in person, please give me a hug
Recording
para
stopped.
ma-remember ko nga kaboto nag-attend. Sige, and we have a picture taking po for today's session
Wala pa.
participants. I will stop sharing by the way. Kindly open your camera po. Who's taking the sir? Teacher Carlo, you're the one, ano po? Will record? Okay. Just say as sir, 1, 2, 3, to take a shot. Kindly open your camera, please. So, ang uban magbusog na yun, kay kuha na kayo lang aping, busog na kaayo. Kindly
Sige po,
open your camera.
2 frames
Go
po tayo.
ahead.
So, smile lang po ha. Smile. Okay, sa next page po. Next page, smile pa rin po. And there you have it. Thank you po, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Do not forget to evaluate. Paalam and mabuhay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Salamat din. See you in person in Butuan. I will leave now.